Whether we're experiencing times of progress and prosperity or times of challenge, the prospect of uncertainty remains constant. We have no guarantee that things will continue to go well or that they won't turn around. Whether we want to think about it or not, uncertainty is a constant companion. Even so, uncertainty isn't something we have to fear. It's something we can prepare for so when it comes, we can face it with confidence. How do we do that? It simply requires a shift in perspective. Take COVID-19, for example. Many of us have a lot at stake. We think about the tangible things like our jobs, the survival of our companies, and the new reality of the challenges of remote work. But uncertainty also reaches into the intangibles of our life, impacting how we feel. It can affect our confidence, our sense of hope, and even how much we trust others. When our confidence is low, we may have very little hope, or we may be hesitant to trust others. This makes it very difficult to make meaningful progress as an individual or as an organization. Now, fortunately, there are some simple ideas and tools we can use to increase our chances of coming through uncertain times even better than we were before. Best of all, if we practice these tools when we're not under the pressure of uncertainty, we'll be better prepared when the next round of uncertainty comes our way. Now, simple doesn't equate to easy. As I said, these tools are a practice. Just like learning an instrument or a new hobby, it takes effort. That effort will include mistakes along the way, but when we're committed to something that really matters to us, we'll also learn to see those mistakes as stepping stones to the top of the mountain we're climbing. The first idea which helps us through times of uncertainty is the concept of love and fear. Uncertainty can bring into focus the things which are really important to us. And everything that's really important to us is driven by either love or fear. It's sort of like seats on either side of a bus. On one side of the aisle is love, and on the other is fear. And at any given time, one or the other is at the wheel. Whether we're leading ourselves or others, when fear has its foot on the gas, it can actually hold us back. On the fear side of the bus sit a bunch of unhelpful drivers that are always trying to hustle to the front and grab hold of that wheel. These potential drivers include feelings such as scarcity, self-importance, and self-preservation at the expense of others. A common theme binding all the attributes together on the fear side of the bus is a focus on self, or ego, which, by the way, takes up a row all on its own. However ego manifests itself, leading from that place gets in our own way and in the way of our team. It has the capacity to severely limit what we accomplish together. Now, fortunately, there are two sides of the bus. This is good because it means we have the ability to choose something other than fear. On the other side of the aisle is love. All the drivers on this side of the bus support not only us as individuals, but those we surround ourselves with and those within our sphere of influence. These love drivers include elements such as empathy, listening to others' ideas, sharing what we have, and giving of ourselves in service of something bigger than us. The thing that binds all of these things together is a bias toward giving rather than taking. The second concept which helps us to lead in times of uncertainty is the idea of the picture on the puzzle box. This concept is about helping our team see where we want to go and what that looks like. Imagine for a minute that I dumped a bag of 500 puzzle pieces onto your desk and asked you to put them together by the end of the day. What's the first thing you'd want to see? The picture on the puzzle box, right? This is a great metaphor for business. It's easy to get stuck when we see all the puzzle pieces laid out on our desk, the stuff we're working on. We can get so caught up in the number of pieces that it causes us to forget to look at the picture on the box, which provides the context, the meaning for the work we're doing. Especially in times of uncertainty, we may find ourselves focusing on the tasks we think will help us move forward. It's critical that we take a step back and remind ourselves the reason we're doing the work to begin with. The picture on the box is the thing we're committed to in spite of the uncertainty we currently face. It can re-energize us and carry us through challenging times. The third concept which helps us to lead in times of uncertainty is Jumpseat Leadership. This concept is all about leading when we don't know the answer, when we're not exactly sure how we're going to get to the picture on the puzzle box. As leaders, especially those in positions of authority, it's tempting to take on the challenge ourselves. because we often think we should have the answer. After all, having all the answers is what we get paid for, right? Actually, approaching challenges we don't know the answer to from a place where we think we have all the ideas and the answers does more to slow us down than to propel us forward. This is where the concept of Jumpseat Leadership comes into play. Now, those of you who travel a lot may know what a jump seat is. It's a spare crew seat behind the pilot seats in the cockpit of larger airplanes. It's not in front of any controls, and it doesn't allow the person sitting in it to take an active part in flying the plane. When we practice Jumpseat Leadership, we figuratively take a step back and empower others on our team to take the controls by contributing their ideas, skills, and expertise to help us make progress toward the challenges we face together. Approaching uncertainty with confidence takes practice. Here are a few tips for practicing each of the 3 ideas I've shared with you. First, when it comes to love and fear, awareness is the first step. Notice how you approach daily situations, especially when you're under pressure. Do you react in a way that tends to focus on your own interests? That is fear-based. Or do you come from the love side of the bus and respond in a way which considers others' interests as well? Second, do you know the picture on the puzzle box? When uncertainty hits, what are you still committed to bringing to life? What doesn't change no matter your circumstances? Take some time to think about it and jot down a few ideas. Third, when you find yourself faced with a challenge or a situation you don't know the answer to, reach out and ask others you trust for help. Now, this can take some humility, but I know from experience, from being on the receiving end of similar requests, people feel honored to be asked for their input and ideas. We will always face challenging times, and there's no single answer to each of our situations. However, approaching the uncertainty we face with a different perspective can allow us to run toward the uncertainty with hope and confidence that we'll not only come out the other side, but be better because of it. I would love to share more with you, either in person or virtually. Contact me to learn more about how to share this message with your team or organization. You can also go to davidjmead.com for more content and weekly tips designed to help us all do better and be better.